Have you ever been at work and with all the favoritism, the drama, the nepotism, the racism, and everything within, you just want to up and leave? Like that space, it doesn't serve you anymore, and you can't be around toxic people or around in toxic environment. And then okay, you up and leave, but you land another job and it's basically the same thing. What do you do? Up and leave again? No. And I mean, that was me a couple of years back. Like my first job I landed when I migrated. Like, I mean, it started off well, and there has to be this one person, like, I mean, any and everywhere, in any job, it has to be this one person that they test you to see how far they can go with you. Like that is not even really the issue. But yes, I changed job because that one person was partially one of the reasons why I left my first job. Two, the offer I got on my second job, it was better paying, better benefits, and all of that. But I mean, man, wherever you go, there's always some toxicity in the workplace. Like no matter how you love your job, how good you do at your job, there's always something. And I don't know, it takes faith and strong will to deal with people. And it's not the workplace, so to speak. It's the people that's within the space and the people that you have to deal with. Like being in the working world here is somehow different from where you were born or your country from where you're coming from. Like I'm from Jamaica. I've worked years in Jamaica, and well, the issues that I face now, or not really face, I wouldn't say face, but things that happens in the workplace. And like I always say, as long as it doesn't affect me directly, I I I I don't I don't care about it. But I see injustice like on some of my coworkers, and yes, although I might feel upset, I might feel discouraged about it. I like keep my space because like I always say, once it doesn't affect me, or once I'm not involved in an issue where I see certain behaviors playing out, I won't even get involved, because I mean, to each his own, and everyone has a right to take a stand, to stand firm on whatever situation they're going through. Because if say me and my coworkers have an issue, or even my manager or supervisor or whoever, like I'm gonna speak about it. Like if it affects me in any way, or affects what I do in any way, I'm not just gonna sit and take it. I'm gonna talk about it. And I think that's what happened, like what I said in my first job. Oh, I just came on and I didn't even open with an intro. Welcome to Authentic Sessions. I'm BB. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for joining. And I know I just turned the camera on and I started talking because it's the whole workplace thing. It's something that even my job, I care more about my job. I love my job. I love what I do. And things are happening and things have happened, and you just sit and you observe. You sit and observe, and you know some of the traits that comes out in the workplace, like, and I'm not speaking about my job that I have now. Like, it could be it, maybe it's not, but like I said, I've worked on a couple of places before, and I have my reasons why I leave, but am I forever gonna up and leave a job if it doesn't work out for me, or you know if certain things do not please me, am I gonna up and leave because of how the workers are being treated, because of how you see people are being treated and things playing out? Because yes, like I said on the first part of the video, you have racism, which is real. Nepotism, it's another big one. Like, it's huge, and then you wonder why nothing is being done about it. Favoritism, another big one. And you for me, I just leave it be. I just leave it be, because sometimes I think of even being an advocate for workers and workers' rights, but then you wonder if it's worth it. All right. I think companies can do better in dealing with their workers. Not to say that all companies are bad or at poor at how they deal with their workers. You have companies or management, they can't manage. Like, they are in positions, and you really wonder, like, do they know their responsibilities as a manager or a supervisor, as far as director? Do they really know their responsibilities and their duties? Like, you really have to wonder if they really do know. And you have traits, you have, for me, in working with other companies, like, not just even the company that I'm working with now. You have poor communication, you have bad communication. Things will happen, things will be happening, and it is not communicated to the regular workers. Like, yes, some will know by air, like some news, or they'll send it out in an email, or some form of digital communication. Like, could be by phone, email, secure chat, those stuff. Like, something will be happening, and one worker will say something, and you know other workers would be like, they didn't hear about it, or when did that happen, or when will that happen. um you have in the workplace also, where no matter how hard a person works, like, they're not being recognized. Like, you have a responsibility, you have a duty, and you try to live up to that commitment. You were offered a job position, you know what comes with it. So, like, for me, I I I I always try to do my best in whatever position I'm offered, and try to fulfill all of those roles and responsibilities. But then sometimes you are that person. You're committed to what you do, and then you're putting out 100, and you know other co-workers, they lack, and they slack, and when they do that, it demotivates you, because here you're giving your best, you're 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 doing what you're supposed to do, and then you find that your peers, they're not pulling their weight. So, we can have a smooth workflow. So, like I always say, man, sometimes you're in a job, and you just wanna up and leave, but circumstances, because of circumstances, you can't just up and leave, because, I mean, you might have committed to other things, like outside of the job, that job has to take care of. But, I mean, if it's too much, and you want to leave, but in that instance, you can't right away, you can't leave right away. What you can do, you can, like, what you can do, for one, you can, acknowledge your situation, like, weigh the pros and the cons. That doesn't mean that you're gonna sit in that one job that isn't serving you anymore. Meanwhile, you're acknowledging your situation. It could be that you're looking for other opportunities, better opportunities. Like, you value more, and you're worth more, and you feel stifled in an environment where they don't they you feel burnout. There's no work life balance. You're not motivated. You're not being recognized. There isn't room for improvement, um training, That's another thing. Like some companies, they might have that, and even if your company does not offer it, you can endeavor to seek outside of your job, like secular training or secular education. And that's another thing, people, like whatever career path you're taking, or whatever field, just continue and try to always being educated. um you can find courses to do, just always upgrade, get more qualified. um do courses, do classes, because it does pay, it does pay off. You're in a job now, and with all that's going on, what if you want to leave and you can't leave now? You can find the positives in whatever you do. You know, find the positives. Look for aspects of your job that you enjoy and that you appreciate, no matter how small it is. No, just always, no matter what the situation is, just try to, how not how even how bad it is, just try to take the good and the positive from whatever situation. What you can do too is, you can seek support. You can confide in your partner, because you don't want to be going through stuff and being treated unfairly, and then you know how people are. You'll go to another coworker or a peer who you might think you can confide in, and you can pour out whatever you're going through with them, and then only to find out that it's been communicated otherwise. So you just seek support from your spouse, a family member. Just seek support from people you can really share your feelings with, and who can offer real advice and support, emotional support and advice. To What you can do in the meantime too is rearrange your work area. You can, write little sticky notes, or even those motivational cards. You can get, you can do flowers, just arrange your work area. Just, block out everyone and everything else, block out all the negativity and all of that. And then what you'd want to do too is, like, prioritize self-care. Do self-care activities, exercise, um eat right, relax, sleep. And I mean, the time is right now, where the time now, it's summer. You can get out and reset. Yeah, just take care of yourself more. Go get a manicure, pedicure. Like, yeah, just take care of yourself. And this one phrase, like, and I'm just on the workplace here, like, the more things change, the more they remain the same. Because, you know, something will be said, and then protocols are being followed, and that's maybe just for a day or two. Like, people will be slacking in the department, or the workplace on a whole. um they'll be slacking, and then you'll be drawn up, and then being drawn up on certain situations, you'll see changes in a day or two, like more productivity, team members working together. But then after a couple of days, it's back to square one, where everything just falls back off. And I don't even want to indulge too much information here on this video, because I don't want it seem to be like I'm talking about a present situation. It might be not. But like I'm saying, if you're in an environment, man, and it's toxic, and you know it's not serving you anymore, I would say up and leave. But saying that, but it's easier said than done, because like I said, you might have obligations that you can't just up and leave. But I mean, just consider, or examine the pros and cons. But I mean, if the workplace is not healthy, it's going to take a toll on you. It's going to take a toll on your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. And you're in a workplace, they say you have to go. It's not, you're not irreplaceable. So just think about it. Or if you are like me, because even at my present job, no, I don't see the person who's gonna offend me now, who's gonna offend me, or you either say then text it upon me now to make me just up and leave my job. Because that was what happened on my first job. Like, I was tired of this one lead, man. And this one lead, that she was the one who helped push me in making my decision to leave that job. You wouldn't know what became of her. And it's not like happy about what happened to her. Like, it's nothing serious. But like I always say, God don't like ugly. And when you want to do someone bad, or have someone in a situation where they can't deal with you, or they can't stand you, remember, life is a cycle. And what you might do to someone today, it might not happen to you tomorrow, but it will happen to you in the long run. So like I always say, be kind. Be kind to people, and don't accept on people. If you can encourage someone, or support someone, just be nice and be positive, and just don't do dirty, man. Don't do dirty. So Like I say, just be the best version of yourself. Not because all this negativity is in the workplace, you're still gonna stay positive. You're still gonna give your best. You're still gonna be motivating to other people. You're gonna give the support. Just don't stop being you. You know what I mean? So that's just my take on. I could delve a little more, but I'll just leave it right here. And just like I'm saying, just consider your options if you're in a work environment and going through all or some of these issues that I mentioned before. But don't let no any one person or any person or any clique be the reason you up and leave your job, especially if you love your job and you're impacting people's life in a positive way. Don't let anyone steal your joy or get in the way of doing good. All right, if you're having issues like this or more at your workplace, you can put it in the comment section. If you have a thought, like I always say, you can share it in the comment section. So until the next session, have a great Saturday, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.